Hey everyone, RemanX here, and we got quite a big reveal for you. We're going to go through all these kits for the Gamma team now that we can look at the reworks for Hulk and for She-Hulk. We're going to take a look at things that are important like speed. We're going to talk about their viability outside of war. The last thing we're going to talk about is a very special sneak preview for Gear Tier 17. We can take a look at exactly how much Origin gear it's going to cost, and we're going to get right into it, right? So we're going to start with the Gamma team. So She-Hulk gets a rework, but mostly you're going to see it's basically her stats. So a health increase, a damage increase, the armor, and the base focus, which really needed to be increased to make sure that things landed. So her passive basically has been reworked so that it includes Gamma allies. So transfer all negative effects, and then in war gain 500% focus for this action. So she's going to be able to transfer negative effects really easily. And then bonus damage is adding for Gamma allies, and more importantly, on war offense and defense. Same thing with Fantastic Four if you want to slot her into there for a little while. And then you'll see the attack the most, the enemy with the most damage for 300% damage and all adjacent targets for 200% damage, right? So targeting that highest damage character is going to be huge, considering some of the war defenses that we're seeing. So right away, we're going to start seeing She-Hulk making that impact. So not much changed with her. Now the big rework comes from Hulk. Now Hulk gets some pretty sizable stat increases from his damage and his resist stat. But one of the things we're gonna take a look at is chock full passive. So now in war, he gets a taunt if he has 3 or more Gamma allies. And then you'll see this new charge mechanic. And you'll see when this character drops below, you'll see the new charges. When an enemy attacks a Gamma or Wave 1 Avenger ally, fills speed bar by 15, gain 30% armor. We're going to talk about the charge mechanic in a minute. Gamma allies gain 30% armor. If this character is below 50% health or has charged, gain plus 33% armor. Okay? And so huge reduction in damage while charged. And while this character has taunt, gain 1000% resistance. So each ability here is ultimate, right? So attack primary target for 330% damage and adjacent allies for 260% damage. If this character is below 50%, this attack gains 50% damage or charged, right? So this is huge. In war, if the target has revived once, sound familiar? Clear revive once from the primary target, and this character gains revive once. This is actually a call out to the Immortal Hulk comic, which is super cool. This character only does this once per match. If this character is charged, lose 1 charged, right? Super huge for getting rid of characters that have that revive once. Special, if this character is below 50% health, has charge, attack primary target for 500% damage. Gain taunt. If this character has any Gamma or Wave 1 Avenger allies, gain 5 counter. Any. Everywhere. Okay? This is a pretty big deal. Not just in war. Clear all negative effects from self, heal self for 700% health, and then additional charge generation. And then the basic. Attack primary target, gains 50% if it has charge or character below 50% health, and then his character is charged, lose 1 charge. This is a big deal. Hulk's got a sizable rework. This charge mechanic, think of it like rage. In rage mechanic, it's definitely something that he continues to gain over time. So this is very, very, very powerful. So now we're gonna relook at this kit, right? So let's go back, and so the real thing about this is in war is the bonus damage. Everything else, she doesn't need to have war, so she's gonna be able to redirect debuffs outside of war. Based on her current kit, you're gonna have stuns and the taunt, which are gonna be helpful to both speed up Hulk. The stun that can help control. So she's a decent character that got just a little bit of a tweak that I think will help with her overall utility in this kit. Now the big thing about this is with the Hulk rework, you're going to be able to take on characters that have the revive once mechanic only in war offense. So that's going to be something that you're going to remember. Other than that, this character has a lot of potential to do damage. And then more importantly with the passive here, the bonus resistance he's going to have as a taunting character is going to be substantial. So there's definitely some potential for the speed up when he's working with either Wave 1 or with Gamma that you're going to use him. So we're going to try to picture this whole team. in raids, so to speak here. So we're gonna look at Braun. Now, Braun is probably my favorite character being added to the game for this team so far. And the big thing about him is, if you guys didn't see the early blog release, his showboat with the steal health and redirect is going to be nice because it's going to basically take out a primary target and drop him below the threshold, and ignores death proof. And there's a sizable heal, but there's also the ability to steal and redistribute buffs to all allies, which again is going to be very, very powerful. So he is probably going to have some utility in later raids on like boss nodes, etc., where they'll at least be a sizable sack team and potentially be a finishing team if built up. So will they replace web warriors? Probably not. But this character allows them additional sustain that you don't see. A 500% health is huge, especially when we're looking at these targets in the new Doom 3 raids with these large health pools. So something where maybe, helping them focus on one target will help you get ahead. Again, A-Bomb. Now, this is a big deal here. We're going to talk about Abomination. So because they're targeting a lot of characters that have Safeguard, he's going to apply defense down or clear defense up if they can, which is a big deal. And then you'll see his apply offense down, which is a big deal. And then the amount of damage he can do with targets with defense down or defense up is pretty big, right? With the crit chance. And then there's the flip here. So apply defense down and stun. So another effective stun on this team at a 4/4. And so a pretty nice drain mechanic for this whole team. At 30% drain, there is definitely some potential where if they're doing enough damage, they can hold their own for a little bit in raids. So again, looking at these large health pools, I think is you're challenging higher difficulties and you're potentially building this team for the sagas down the line here, for the specifically the Apocalypse Saga, and prepping for the addition of the War Horsemen. There is some potential because of all the bio that they can actually work together in a raid. Now, does that make them an exceptional raid team? Probably not. So I promised you guys a sneak preview. We're going to talk a little bit about it. We have the origin pieces here. So we're going to tell you right now, really, really quickly, we'll look at E-Bomb. Okay. So he is also going to be Gamma here. Now this is gear tier 16. So when we look at the gear, what I want you guys to see is, all right, so it's 15 times 6 is 90 of the origin piece. And you'll see it'll take 20 of the new, all right, the new G16 pieces right there, right? So 20 of each of those to build that up. Okay. So that's the new G17 piece. I apologize. You see his gamma radiation and Amadeus Cho is palladium. So I can grab you guys that one to show you guys really quickly that. So just remember, we're in this crunch right now with Gamma, with the new tech team showing up here. So just be aware that that's going to be another scenario here. And so with Braun, you'll see the same thing here. So Braun is going to have, see that, those gear right there. And there's the palladium for his unique. So not a lot of footage to showcase this team. So you can see that they're already starting to be a formidable team with all the speed up they're going to get from the kits. I'll have this available for you guys. We'll be able to answer these questions for you live on Twitch today. We'll go live right after this video goes live. So if you guys are watching this right now, so you can see that I'm actually kind of happy that, let's just review this one more time. Just want to see how many pieces he has. So it looks like he's got 1, and it's level 89 to equip, which is interesting, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's a G14 piece, right? Or G16 piece. So 3. And 4. So it's 4 pieces. So it's 3 pieces for G17. So interesting to take a look at it. That's going to be a 60 cost overall. They're 20 pieces per. So yep. All right. There we go. That's an exclusive G17 preview, guys. You guys should take a look at that one more time so we can get an idea what to expect for these characters that are going to be unlocking the second tier of Apocalypse here. There it is, G17. And the origin is a factor of 0.5, right? So it's going up from 60 to 90, or from 50 per to 90. So it's a little bit higher than that, right? Because it used to be 50. So these new pieces are going to take 90 of the origin gear. So we'll be calculating that to see how long it's going to take to get the G17s equipped here. So yeah, pretty big deal. Like I said, I'm pretty excited about this team, and I think they're going to be formidable even without the War Horsemen, which we'll be seeing very soon when they come together finally. So yeah, I expect this to be the apex war team. Probably feel even better than if they do it right, is going to feel a lot better than even Omega Red and Weapon X did back in the time, with a lot more built-in sustain, additional control via stuns, which, in my opinion, will help with some of the control even better than other teams. So, again, stay tuned. We'll have some footage and do some advanced testing when these guys go live. We'll try to figure out a spot for Hulk and She-Hulk in the median turns while we wait for the release of Amadeus Cho and A-Bomb. See you soon.